everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be discussing the truth about uni. So it's not necessarily like everyone's truth about uni, but this is my experience of my first, because I've just kind of finished first year. I mean, it's a bit chaotic at the moment because of everything that's going on, so I'm home, not in London as of currently. I mean, there are still people there, but if you can go home, they said to go home, so I've gone home. So this is kind of like a chatty video. I've not done one of these before. I'm just getting a drink. I actually don't often drink Coke. I often drink Coke Zero because I don't think it's worth the calories. It just tastes like Coke Zero anyway. But no, I don't really do them because I don't feel like I can say what I do and don't do yet. This is not a good angle. Wait a sec, I need, wait. Is this better? Oh, this is a good angle. I like this angle. This is like a downward angle. Because then you can't see my double chin as much. Right, so this is a chatty video, kind of. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a chatty video. It's just talking about my experience with my first year of uni. And it's kind of like almost what they don't tell you. Because when I went, I was like, oh, they didn't tell me I'd feel like this. They didn't tell me I wouldn't enjoy this, because I feel like a lot of the stigma around uni is like, yes, you go, you have freedom, you get to do whatever you want. So it's just like a lot of positives. But like, this isn't a negative video because I have loved my first year. I can't wait to go back. But the first few weeks were hard. Like, that's kind of what the video is about. So now I've given you a little brief introduction. Let's get started. I'm gonna make the screen go like. So, I could just hear someone. When I first arrived, I actually didn't mind the first day. And when I mean day, I don't mean the night time. I just mean arriving, unpacking. Like, don't get me wrong, it was emotional. Oh my goodness. Sobbing, I was crying my eyes out. Dad was crying, Mum was crying, everyone was crying. But that was fine. It took me about 2 hours to unpack everything. Oh my goodness. But I met all my flatmates. They were nice. I got along with two girls specifically. You're probably going to be watching and you're going to know who you are. But yeah, so I made friends with those two quite quickly, and then we kind of like were probably like the closest people in the flat, like for the duration of the year. Like, it was kind of us three. Yeah, so they are actually really close friends of mine now, so yeah, it's a really good place to learn friends, to make new friends. Like, you make friends that you wouldn't necessarily be friends with out of uni or even out of the flat. So like, these friends are not necessarily friends that I would have made otherwise, because obviously we're all on different courses and I don't even know if our paths would have crossed for us to actually meet. So yeah, moving on from there, first night, so we went to the bar and I was just in the girls' toilet for like 20 minutes crying. And I'm quite lucky because my boyfriend goes to the uni and he's a second year, so I had him there, but at this point he wasn't actually there and I was just not having a good time. Like, it was very claustrophobic, like, because it's freshers, like the beginning of freshers, everybody is there, so it's probably like 300 people in this one room, and it was just a lot. So I was like in the toilets crying, and luckily I knew people through him, so they like came and checked I was alright, and then he turned up, and then I feel like for the first week I was kind of like latched onto him because he was my bit of home, because I don't know him from uni obviously. So yeah, so he was almost like representing I've got a bit of home here, so I don't need to be as scared. Yeah, so I didn't feel good. I really just wanted to go home, and I just wasn't having a good time. Like through the first, probably through Freshers Week, when it wasn't the events, because we had events, and so we had like Freshers Fair. It was alright. I was still a bit, I want to go home, I just don't really want to be here. I wanted to go home. It just wasn't enjoyable, and I was finding it hard to go a day literally without crying. And me and one of the girls that I was close with kind of felt the same, so it was good because I could relate to that. Whereas the other one kind of like helped us because she isn't as emotional, but wasn't as upset as me and this other one. But it was good because she kind of balanced us all out. And it got to a point where I was thinking, because I haven't come from A-levels, I came from work. I was like, am I even smart enough to be here? Like, what am I even doing? What am I doing here? Why have I chosen to do this? And obviously I know why I've chosen to do it, because I want to be a teacher, but it was just, I had so many doubts going around in my mind. And yeah, oh my god. Oh. But no, I was not enjoying myself at the moment, currently. And then it got to the second week. That's when, so you have like your introductions during Freshers Week, and then the second week your lessons actually start in lectures and seminars. So that started, and then I was still worried a bit because you don't know anyone there, and I was like, I actually knew one person on my course. I've known her since I was about 7, and I didn't even know she was going until I messaged her like a week before. But no, so I didn't even, you don't really know anyone, and it's the first day where you sit there and you're like you don't even know where to sit, but you kind of find a group without necessarily needing to find a group. So the group that I'm kind of in and still friends with, I met through a pre-drinks during Freshers Week, and it's quite nice because I'm not like a mature student, but I'm 22, so a lot of people at uni are 18, like a lot of people my age are in like the 3rd years. So there are some people on my course that are like 28, 27, 26, and like a few of them are in my group. Even though there's like 18, 19, 20 year olds in my group, the first friend that I made on my course is like a mature student. So that was quite nice because then I could relate to her, because I'm not someone that goes out a lot. Like I'd rather, like I'm there to do a degree, I'm not there to go partying, to go clubbing, to get drunk. I'm there to get my qualification. Yeah. And she felt the same, so it's quite nice to have that, like someone else with the same head on as you almost. So yeah. So once you find a group, you kind of find other people. So now there's like a group that I'm like really close with, and yeah, it's just nice because you can sit with them during your lessons, sit with them during your seminars, everything. So when everything starts, when you kind of got your group, and you will have a group, you will make friends. It's not like you won't, like everyone is in the same boat as you, and you may not enjoy Freshers Week. That's okay. I went to all the events. I'm not saying I liked all of them. I probably liked three for the whole week. That I actually would say, yeah, I enjoyed that. Like I'm excited for next year's. But no, it will start to feel like a home. Like when you've got all your decorations up. So I had like, what is it? A board with like photos on it, family photos, friends, and like quotes. So that made it feel like a home. Put your fairy lights up if you have fairy lights. If not, you should get fairy lights. Yeah, it starts to feel more like a home, and you know the teachers, you know you have friends, you know where everything is, and it starts to feel homely. Yeah. It gets to a point, so like, because I didn't go on many nights out, that when they happen, and when it's something you know you like, because so basically, every Friday night, my uni had BOP, which is like the on-site club night. It's basically like a school disco. But So I went to one, no, I went to two. But basically, so throughout the whole year, my first year, I went to one. And that's because it was the first one, so that's why I went. And then because in Freshers Week they did a silent disco, they then again did a bop themed silent disco, or silent disco themed bop. So I went to that one. So it becomes more of a, oh, I really want to do that, so I go. That's why I got more excited about it. Some people love it, and if you love it, you won't have a problem with enjoying it. I just wouldn't enjoy it if I went every week. So I kind of waited around and did that. No, it gets to a point where like people you live with become like a family. Like, yeah, it's just nice. Because again, like, I'm saying this again because I know I've said it already, but the people that you live with, you don't choose. So it's like you may never cross paths if it wasn't for this. So it's a good chance to get to know each other, get like, because they could become lifelong friends. And yeah, it's just nice. It's just, and it gets to a point at the end where you don't want to leave. Like, I wish, it's just so sad that the years had to end like this. Like, it's kind of not finished but finished, and it's like you don't really have closure and things. Obviously it's like, how do I say this? It's for our own safety, and I completely understand that and I completely respect that, but almost you're still allowed to grieve for things you can't do. So like, I saw this post and it was like, you're still allowed, you can still grieve for your wedding, you can still grieve for your holiday. Like, anyone can be upset about something. It doesn't mean you don't understand that it's the right thing to do. I completely get it's the right thing to do for me to come home because I'm near enough to come home so that I'm less risk for everything, or to everyone. I don't really know how to say it, but no, it is sad that it's almost ended like this, but at least, I keep saying at least I'm not in my third year, because I would be so upset if this was how like my uni experience finished. This is my video just about, not about the myths of uni, but it's kind of what people may not say about uni. Like, there are negatives as well as positives, but in the end I had a great time, and I'm going to keep having a great time in the next 2 years. But so if you could subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and comment down below what you would like to see next week, because this will be going up on Wednesday. Yes. Okay. Bye.